Did you hear that? Hello everyone, welcome to another Art with Mr. Hadley video lesson. Today's art lesson is called Origami Bird. We're going to be using the art of paper folding, otherwise known as origami, to make a bird. Now what you're going to need for this lesson are your hands, also a square piece of paper. If you don't have a square piece of paper, just a regular piece of paper like this will work. I will show you how to turn this into a square. Alright, let's get started with our origami birds. If you have your regular piece of paper ready, you can put it vertically in front of you like this, and we're going to turn this rectangle shape into a square. And we're going to do that by taking this top edge here and folding it down to this edge here. We're going to take this corner up here, fold it like so. We're going to create that point up top there, line it up, and fold it down to create that crease. A crease is just a folded line. Then we want to get rid of this rectangular shape here. So we want to flip this over. And you see this line right here? We basically want to fold this flap over to that line. Fold it down, making that crease. Like so, using our fingers. If you have scissors, you can actually just cut on this crease line right here. Or if you don't have scissors, like me right now, I'm just going to gently rip away this rectangle shape, because we don't need it. You can use it for a bookmark, or you can recycle it, you can draw on it, but you don't need it for this right now. Just set it aside. Okay, now that you have a square piece of paper, you want to turn that square piece of paper to a kite shape. And then what you want to do is you want to take this corner here and fold it to that corner right there, basically folding the kite shape in half. Like so. Zoom out a little bit, maybe you can see this better. Good. And then what you want to do, you want to take this point and you're going to want to fold it over this way, just like so. Alright, if you're folding it this way, that's way too much. If you're folding it like this, that's way too little. You basically, right there. Fold it down well with your fingers. Alright, you should have a shape that looks similar to this. And then notice this line up here, right? Notice where my finger is. Where is the middle of that line? Right about there, right? Imagine a straight line going down right through this weird shape we got here, just like that. Imagine a straight line going straight down. What you want to do is you want to take this flap, just one of the flaps, fold it over so that crease is aligned with that imaginary line that I'm asking you to create in your head. We fold it down just like that. And if you need to adjust a little bit, that's totally fine. I'm actually going to adjust this quite a bit. It's totally fine. Remember, we want that fold in the center. You should have something that looks similar to this shape right here. Alright? Now what we want to do, we want to take this top point here and have it touch this bottom point here. We're basically just going to fold this shape in half. Alright? Now the more we fold the paper, the thicker it becomes, so it's going to be a little hard to fold this in half. If you need help, totally ask for it. That's totally fine. Alright, and folding it down. Crease it down. It's okay if those points on the side aren't perfectly pointy. That's totally fine. Next, what I want you to do is I want you to focus on this line right here. Alright, find the middle of that line, right about here with my finger, alright? And you want to take this flap here, fold it over so you basically are folding it to the middle point of that line that I just told you to look at. Folding it up like this, just that first flap. And we have a shape like this. Next, we're going to flip it over like that. And then we're going to have this point touch that point. We're going to fold it, similar to how we folded the other one before we flipped it over. So it looks something similar to this.
Now it kind of looks like a boat. You kind of just made a boat, but we're not making boats, we are making a bird today. If you want to make more of these shapes, you could leave this shape as a boat, and you can make the bird. Alright, now we flip it over like this, so now you have a shape that looks like this. Now the next part is probably the most difficult part about this origami bird. Alright, I'm going to try and do this slowly. I'll try and explain it as well as I can. Pick up the shape and notice that point here on this side. Now what you want to do, use both hands. Open up the origami just a little bit with one hand. Focus on that point on that side. And you want to use your fingers to bend the paper, or rather fold the paper down to create that kind of shape right there. Alright, again, use your fingers, open up the origami a little bit, focus on that point there, move that paper, or rather fold it back, and you should have a little tiny triangle shape coming out like that, little flap. Use your fingers, both your hands, fold it down, and kind of push that flap up a little bit. Again, this is probably the most difficult part about this. It's okay if you don't get it on the first try. If you need help with this, totally ask for help, and you've just made an origami bird. Please remember to share your work with me on Seesaw or Schoology, whichever learning platform you're using. I'm excited to see all of your origami birds. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!